Hello. Why the hell do you wake up and get glued to your phone immediately? Why do you have hours spent on YouTube and Instagram? Why do you just play Clash Royale all day? You don't know and you want to stop? I'll teach you how. So, uh, for habits which keep you chronically online, like as I said, playing video games, scrolling reels, looking at stories, replying to messages, and doing other bush, doing other bullshit like that. How do you stop that stuff? So what worked for me is that initially it was very difficult, right? But once you quit, you're bound to come back someday, and you'll keep coming back, and it becomes a cycle. So I'll quit. A few weeks later, I'll come back, but for a few more weeks, I'll keep being glued to my phone. I'll quit again. I'll quit again. It's like a cycle, right? And it gets progressively easier to quit as you go on. But for the first time, what do you need to do? Because there's guys who come up to me and they're like, okay, but I want to quit, but I just can't. I don't know how. Like, my friends keep telling me to hop on the game and stuff like that. So first step is to delete the app. It's legit that easy, right? Delete Instagram, and you're going to be telling yourself that, but I have friends on there, I need to connect with my friends and so. But do you really need to? If they were your real friends, you do that on WhatsApp or text or whatever you use. However, you might be like, what if, like, you might have FOMO, right? Like, fear of missing out. It really isn't that deep. Like, it's a trivial task. It's something that will help you in the long run. So delete the app, right? Delete YouTube, and if you can't delete YouTube, just disable it. There's hundreds of tutorials on like YouTube itself on how to disable these apps. Disable YouTube, delete Reddit, right? And delete Clash Royale. And as soon as you delete these apps, right, you're gonna get the urge again that I want to download these again, right? For the first 2 minutes, you're gonna be like, okay, I have these deleted, and you'll just be sitting around. Maybe you'll go and eat. Now the trick is that instead of just sitting around or doing something you usually do, replace that habit with something else. Go to the gym as soon as you delete the app. Start reading a book as soon as you delete the app. That's what I did. I picked up one of these books. It's called Deep Work, right? I picked up that book and I started reading that book as soon as I deleted the app. And you know what the crazy and funny part about this is that after I was done reading, I did install those apps again. I did install Instagram and Clash Royale again. But I don't use them as much anymore. That's the crazy part about it. Like, I still have these apps on my phone, but I am not glued to them. I don't wake up and think of, playing like Clash or scrolling Instagram. Instead, I read. I'm not even kidding. I legit read like 50 pages yesterday. Do you know how crazy that is? I woke up in the morning at 8:30. I read pages. I went to college. After the break, I bunked a few lectures. I read again. I came back home. I read again. That's how crazy it is. And I am not fond of reading. Mind this. I don't like reading at all. But since I quit these apps, I didn't have anything to do. Therefore, I started finding books more interesting than, scrolling and stuff like that. That's the first step. Delete these apps. Second step, if your friends tell you to come on there, that's one of the craziest things that I've noticed. Your friends, your own friends, will be like, oh, come on, like, don't be a boss. Come on, Instagram, come on, bro. Like, we'll upload stories, we'll like make reels and stuff. Those aren't your friends. Trust me, bro. Those aren't your friends. Would your friends, right, want something detrimental for you? Exactly, they wouldn't. Your friends wouldn't want anything detrimental for you if they're your real friends. So, honestly, the best thing is to not even tell your friends about this. Because the thing is that when you tell your friends that, oh, I'm going to quit social media, the act of you telling your friends that I'm going to quit, it gives you validation, right? It makes you feel better. And that will also make you want that app. It's crazy, right? It's crazy that I tell you this, but the act of you telling your friends that, I'm quitting social media, instead of making you feel better, it'll make you think of social media again, and you're more bound to go and use that app again, to download it again. So instead, just leave it. Like, most people won't even care if you delete that app. Most people won't even know except their closest friends. And how will they get to know? Oh wait, he hasn't replied to my reel. Oh wait, he's not accepted my mega draft request. Oh wait, he's not been online for like 7 days. That's how they'll get to know. And they'll go and ask you. You're like, oh, I'm just taking a break from it. That's what you say. Just take a break from it. And yeah, that's the second step. Don't tell your friends, and ignore your friends if they tell you to go back on. Now the third step, this is the by far the most important step of it, is your mindset, right? If you think about it like, I'm gonna delete this app and I'm never gonna use it again. I'm off Clash Royale for life. I'm off Instagram for life. That's just not the truth. That's just not the truth, right? Same with, NoFap and stuff. Like, you can say, okay, I'm now gonna do it in my life, but that's just not the truth. If you've done it for like 3-4 years, you're not gonna be able to do that and like destroy it in like 2 months. It's gonna take time. So if you accept it, I've been using this app for the past 4 months, 6 months, right? It's gonna take me at least 3 months to quit it. Because that is the process, right? That's how the human brain works. Unless you're completely deprived of it, unless your phone is taken away from you, you're not going to be able to quit it. And I'm assuming that you're going to be living a normal life. You're not going to be going off to military school or something like that. You're gonna have your phone with you. There's going to be no restrictions on that. So instead of telling yourself that, I'm never going to use it, tell yourself that, I'm bound to use it sometime in the future, some way or the other. But instead of relying on that and just using it anyway, I'm going to try to abstain from it to increase the time of my non-usage. So do that and stay happy and stay smiling.